All right, guys, we're back at the range today to answer the age-old question. The question I've got a lot. We're going to answer it today. Which one's better? Which one's better for you? The HuxWrx 36 or 9K? Guys, finally, after what seems like forever, I've got in the 36. Had the 9K for a while, finally got the 36. Wanted it for different applications, right? Like this is more for like, you know, bigger bore 308 stuff, and this is more for like the 9 mil. But people say like, hey, should I just get the 36 because it's bigger, more volume, can do more versatile? You know, do I go that route? Or do you just go with the 9K sort of dedicated can? Which one's quieter? Which one's better? I'm going to give you the specs here today. We're going to take some shots today, side by side, see what it's like, and see if one is really quieter than the other, or you know, which one you might need for your application based off weights and lengths and that sort of thing. So the only difference here today when we talk about these is mounting devices. So I've got the 9K on a 3-lug, because if you follow me, you know that's my bag gun, and this is what I run on the bag. I want it as compact as possible. I love a 3-lug on an MP5 if you're going to run a threaded barrel. The threads are in front of the 3-lug, so it gives you more length overall, and just generally I don't like 1/2x28 threads. I don't like direct threading. If I can avoid it, I will, and that's why 3-lug is king. So this is probably going to be different for your application, but you can see there, if you're not familiar, most MP5s will come with a threaded 1/2x28 on the end for those applications. I never use it. I take the thread protector off and use a 3-lug. But back to these, you'll see just right off, I mean, the 36 is much longer. Now, if I go mount to mount, so bottom of the 3-lug to bottom of the 1/2x28 direct thread on the 36 is much longer. I mean, that's probably a solid, again, the specs are going to be on the screen, but length is probably a solid at least 2 inches, probably I'd say about 2 inches longer than the 9K. Weight-wise, the 3-lug system adds a little weight. So it's a spring system in there, and it's a whole thing. So this feels more rear-end heavy, whereas this kind of just feels with the direct thread just kind of more balanced. It just kind of wants to hang out there, where this one, you can see, just wants to fall to the back. Now, if you use the 1/2x28 on this, you're going to get that more balance. I just like the 3-lug. It's a very secure locking system. It's been like that for decades. HK brought it in. It's the way. I think one of the best mounting systems you can do if you want a quick detach. Of course, there's other ones if you don't want a quick detach, tapers and all that stuff. But for quick detach, 3-lug is the way for me. So just based off that, and I'll have the weights on the screen here too, they're probably pretty close. They feel, again, with the 3-lug system in this, they feel pretty close. All right, let's quick run these back to back. I'm going to start with the 9K. We're going to start first at like a side-by-side, bystander type of distance, what you would hear realistically. And I've got a good mic on here, but again, it doesn't do it justice. The sound just doesn't always translate, but you'll probably be able to hear a difference. I've not done this yet, but I'll give you my honest impression on which one I think sounds better as we go. We're going to do side-by-side right here as a bystander, and then we'll shoot it down to 25 yards to give you that distance of what does it sound like 25 yards away versus right next to the gun. Ammo I'm running here today is a limited ammo 115, so standard ball ammo, what you would shoot just at the range having fun. Not using 147s because I feel like it's kind of cheating. 115 is the standard load, gives you the best idea for sound, I think, in my opinion. 147s are going to be quieter on both, obviously. All right, here we go. 36M on a direct thread. It looks silly, but here we are. You can see much longer. Now my bayonet does not stick out in front, which I don't want because I've got the glass breaker on the end. We're going to talk about that in future content, working on that now. So, let's do it. "25 yards, 36. All right, guys, that kind of wraps it up. 36M versus 9K. What's your pick? To me, it sounded like the 36M was quieter. I mean, it was noticeably, it had a deeper tone to it. It wasn't as sharp, as high pitched as the 9K. I think that's to be expected. You've got a smaller can and what looks to be an overall just slightly small, it might be the same diameter. They kind of look, the 36M looked like it was had a little more volume in it, and it might just to the naked eye. But yeah, for me, it's still the 9K. I need the short overall package. I want it as small as possible for the bag. This will still work. Like if you're not trying to do it in a bag and you don't need it for that application, take the 36. A lot of versatility out of this. If you're not somebody that needs to have a can for every single gun you have, and you want to, maybe one day put it on a 9mm, next day, put a different mounting solution on and put it on a 308, or whatever you want to do. I mean, this will accommodate that. I wouldn't put the 9mm on, anything bigger than a 9mm. I mean, probably the website and Hux, the manual and all that stuff will probably tell you it will work for higher or more calibers across the board, which is, I'm sure, probably pretty accurate. But for the size of this can and what I'm trying to do with it, I don't want this small can on a larger caliber. Every step up I go, the sound reduction is less because of the size, length, volume that this provides versus the 36. So again, different applications. Side by side on the same gun, 9mm, 36M is quieter. This is more compact. Typically I run 147s on the bag gun. 147s with a silencer is going to be much quieter. So if this is already quieter with 115s, it's going to be even quieter with 147s in my opinion. I didn't bring 147s here today because I don't like wasting them because they're expensive. But what lives in this gun is 147 hollow points for the bag. Very quiet, very quiet. That's the bag set up for in case of emergency situations. I'm not blowing out eardrums. Try to be as quiet as possible. So guys, that's it. What do you think? What would you take? Both? Just one? I got both for different applications. All right, guys, don't forget, Steve, MP5 on the Instagrams. See you next time.